Hi, I'm Mihaela Ulieru, a research professor and president of the Impact Institute for the Digital Economy. In the past 15 years, I worked with many governments and organizations to fulfill the true promise of the digital economy by bringing to the real world the research findings from my labs. Defining the digital economy is an emergent process, since the pace of information communication technologies, with all its myriad of facets, from digital media to the latest sensor networks extending the digital ecosystem into our connected things, far outpaces our ability to coin its impact on all aspects of our life. For the digital economy to deliver on the possibilities, we need to be able to answer questions. And asking the right questions might be more important than finding the right answers in this case, because that is what is framing the mindset in order to address these challenges. The digital economy goes beyond creating more customers and keeping them satisfied, making more money and increasing productivity. It goes beyond the tangible value system that we inherited from the industrial era. It is about questions valuing the intangible, still waiting for answer. It is about more questions that are waiting to be asked as the digital environment continues to evolve with every novel technology and application that makes our life better. Many questions remain about the implementation of these technologies and the surrounding regulation. How do we measure the impact of digital transformation? How do we accelerate it? And most importantly, where are we headed on its wave in this co-evolutionary digital ecosystem that is expanding beyond the imaginable? As the digital environment continues to evolve at an unprecedented pace, with more and more connections between us and our things, the yet unused potential for innovations increases. Jobs and businesses will continue to perish in this game-changing process, and this requires rapid adaptation capacity development across the whole economic spectrum. The digital economy is all about this disruptive innovation potential that makes the old ways of work, play, and living obsolete, forging rapid change and pressuring businesses worldwide to change their ways. With the advent of e-commerce, the long-tail phenomenon defined by the success of large number of small instances, whether be it people, products, or properties, has continued to add the specialized producers and products to the wealth creation pool. In this disruption, Amazon has added to the market those small quantity exchanges not profitable for the corner store to carry. And in the case of books, Kindle eliminated the transaction cost. The digital environment enables exchanges impossible before. Through new modes of production, shifting the power balance by flattening the control structures that were erected in the industrial age, this makes room for broader and more diversified ways to contribute and exchange, mediated by the digital environment. To accelerate adoption and capitalize on the digital transformative capacity calls for thorough innovation and sustainable change strategies to smooth transition. This is even more significant in the context of the traditional ways being so drastically challenged by the novel ways, that at the moment the old acts as barrier rather than enabler for implementing the technological advances into practice. Just as the industrial age created new ways of managing people and designing the work process, network technologies are creating a digital environment which fosters new ways to harness human effort and calls for an economic philosophy of the virtual and digitally intangible based on peer production as a synergetic force multiplier. On such platforms, employees can receive personalized recommendations for connections with experts and other peers that enable them to be more productive, while for HR, they can get recommendations of internal candidates for open positions, identify successors, and even appropriate level of compensation for each employee. The future only gets interesting from here, as we dare to solve problems that were unsolvable before in terms of infrastructure, platforms, data, and applications. My intent is to address some of the questions which I mentioned here, knowing that more questions will arise in the process. To define a meaningful body of theoretical and practical knowledge that can address some of these challenges and meet new ones as they will continue to unfold from the emerging digital environment.